So let's continue where we ended yesterday. So we completed the header page, header testing, to do footer, to do input, to do listing. Let's move to do page and then we'll go with the followers one. So the to do page, let's try to write down the unit test case for this one. For that, okay, let's try to create the file, test file. So to do page, I will create a new folder, test, and then I'll create a new file to do page.test.js. And I'll try to copy the things from other pages. Okay, so I'll copy here. Instead of to-do listing, I'll put to-do page. Okay, and then let's start the first describe block. And here I will say to-do page. And I'll put the arrow function. Inside the describe, I will say test. Text, I'll put some description. Maybe renders the to-do page, and here I will give the arrow function. Okay, so I created one test. Let's start the test again. Okay, so now if you see to-do page, still it is 0 because we haven't written anything yet, kind of thing. So let's copy the things from footer. Let's copy something from the footer. So we need the browser router, and we need the browser router because link will be there inside it and it will break it. So we need the browser router, and we need to render like this. See, to do page does not have any props, so we have to call it without the props. Okay, so I'll just call this one without props, and then I will check any element in this one. Okay, I can check the title. I can also create a data test ID equal to do page. Let's take this test ID. So I'll say constant element is equal to screen dot get get by test ID to do page, and here I'll say expect element to be in the document. Okay, so this is my first test. Let's see what we're getting it now. Okay, let's save it again. Sometimes we have to save 2 times because I may have saved it here and then test might have run. Now, if you see the to-do page, it's already showing 54 here. It is 0. We have to cover 100 in all the places. So with this simple change, with this simple first test, I was able to achieve something here in the to-do page test. So just write down this part. I'll give you in the chat. Just run it and see the changes here. We'll be continuing in 1 minute.
Are you talking, Manny?
No, no, I'm not talking. I'm
Oh, all right.
I'm waiting for you to do.
All right.
I'll do in 1 minute, okay? Okay, so let's go further. Okay, so if you see, to do page is asking us to edit, work on the line number 11 to 15, which is something this 11 to 15. So that means we need to call this again in this page. Okay, so when this function is getting called, if this function is getting called in the input one when I try to add something, or it is also called on the update part when I try to mark the completed from true to false or from false to true. So let's see what we get in the screen. So here I will just do screen.debug. So when I do the screen.debug, I will be able to see the whole screen. But sometimes the size of screen is too big. At that time, I won't be able to see all the HTML part. And if I want to see all the HTML part, sometimes the screen size is very big. The HTML part is very big. So we will not be able to see the complete one. So to see the complete one, I have to pass the first parameter as null and second parameter as infinity. So even whatever size of HTML will be there, I will be able to see the complete HTML. So let's see what HTML we are getting, and then we'll see how to test the conditions. So if you see in the to-do part, I am able to see the header also. This is the header part. Since this is the combination of all the components, so we will be able to see everything here in this page. I will be also able to see the to-do task. This is the input for the to-do, submission of the to-do, and then I will also be able to see the listings by saying initially 0 task left. And if we have some to-do task, it will come inside this UL tag. And I'm also able to see the link to the followers. So everything is visible here. So let's try to put something in this input box and submit it so that we get something in the to-do. You will also see I'm getting the console.log, which is in the to-do page. These two console are there, to-dos and count. So I'm able to see to-dos, which is empty array, and I'm able to see the count, which is 0 initially. So now what I will do, I will call the add function again, and I will try to insert some to do here. So to call the add, I will, I will go to the add one and copy some of the code. Okay, let's do that one now. Okay, so let's go to the add one and try to copy some of the stuff from this one. So the thing is that I want to add a new task here, which I can see here. Add a new task here. So this part I want to take, and I want to change the text. So I need to call these 2 lines of the code, and then expect this. Let's put this expectation part here in the to do. So let me copy this test one again, and then I will say it should insert the text in text box. Okay, that's what I'm trying to do it. 1 second. Okay, insert it in the text box. So let's copy it from the to do input text. I'll copy these 2 lines of the code, and I will put it here. So it will take the input box, update the value with the mango, and we will be able to see the mango in the screen. Okay, so let's try to put this debug part here. Okay, let's try to do it again now. I'll say one more time. Okay. So let's see now what is coming here. So if you see my add a new task here is having the value mango. And this does not changes here because we already wrote this test again in the input one, so it doesn't affect the real percentage. But when we try to add it, then it will change. Okay, so write on the second condition, which is copy of the same there, and I will go further in 1 minute. I am giving you this in the Telegram group. Okay, so let's go further now. So we finished this part. Now let's try to add this, add this value. And for that, I'll copy this test and then I'll take something from to do input. So let's try to, I will take the button element, add to do button, which is this one, add to do button, and I want to submit this button so that to do can be added in the array. So let's take the button element. It should insert the text box. It should insert the text in the to do's array. So here I will take the button. This is my button element. Then I will click the button. So to click the button, we have to call this fire element.click button element with, even if I don't pass anything, it's fine. And then before I check this one, okay, let's put this also. Let's put this check also, but I want to see the screen also. How does the screen looks like when I add this one? Okay, so let's run it again. Okay, so let's try to see the screen. So once I click the add button, this value is added in the to do array and this value gets empty. as we see here. As we see here in the add to do input, once we try to add it, it updates the to-do array and it sets the to-do equal to empty one. That's what we are trying to see it here. This value is empty. This value is empty. Now if I see the console.log also, in the to-do we'll get this array that what things are added and what things are completed, what things are pending. Count is also showing it 1. So you will see now here the real data is actually populated here on the screen, because we are trying to test to do page where I'm not sending any mock function. I'm just calling this component. Whereas when I was doing the to do input, I was sending the mock function. So the real data was not updated. We were able to see only the dummy things there. But with the to do page, this is the integration testing where we will be checking the real data on the screen. Okay, so now we have tested that this, what we were testing, that this function is working fine, because once the item is added in the to-do array, we call this calculate number of tasks, and because of that we get the updated count also. So this part is got tested correctly with this line of statement, with these lines of the statement. Now we will see what things to be done to make it 100. Now you see 100 is here, 100 is here, 100 is here, but here it is 50. That means we are missing something, and we should not leave this in half. We have to fix this 50% also. We should always try to achieve the 100% in all the unit test cases whenever we write the unit test cases. And in some cases, things are really complicated, then you can leave it to 90, 80 or 90%. But it is advisable to complete the 100 as much as possible. Now let's do this one. Let's try to see line number 13. So it's saying line number 13 is not yet tested properly. So what is the line number 13? So it is saying that it goes to the value, and if record dot completed is not there, it add the count. Okay. So generally we need to check both the conditions, if the record is completed is passed or not passed. So right now, if you see, my to-do is having one object which is completed equal to false. So we should also have some tasks which are completed equal to true also, and that will happen if we go to listing page and we try to click this. Once we try to click this, you will see this gets updated to done or pending. Okay, so if it is false, it will become true, and if it is true, it will become false. So we should also try to click this link, that li tag, and see what things are happening. So let's add one more element. Right now I added mango. Let's try to add one more element. We don't need to test this here again because we have tested it already in the top here. So here we will just add it. We don't need to test it, this condition here. So we will add this one, and then we will add again element 2, maybe with apple, or we can take same element. We don't need to call another element. We call the element same element, and now we call the target with apple, and then we take the same button element and we fire the button element. So we don't need to create a second button element. So here I added, maybe we can take this together. So here I change the input box to mango, and then I fire the add button. Then here again I change the element to apple and I fire the button element, and then after that value should be empty, and I will do the screen.debug null infinity. Okay, now let's check this one. So after this you will see I will get two tasks because I added two tasks here. And if I see the listing, UL li tag, the first one li tag is having the mango with the pending status, and second one is also having the apple with pending status. Now we will get this li tag, all the li tag, and we will click only one of them so that one is completed and one is pending, and then we will see what percentage is affected. Okay, so this one we added to. Now we have to click one of this element. Okay, so to click one of the element, we will see how to do that. So here, since we have two tasks, you will see that I can take this each one because each li tag is having the data test ID equal to do listing. So if I want to take all the li tag, I will use this line of statement, which will give me the array of every li. So let's try to do this one. So after this, I will say row element is equal to screen.get all by test ID to do listing rows. And since I am using get all, that means I will get row element as an array. So I'll do the console.log of row element equal to row element. Now here, this part you will see is an array. I will remove the debug for now, and I will test only the row element first. Okay, let me save it again. Okay, so now what I am seeing it, you will see I get row element as an array, and first one is the first li tag. This for having two li tag. First one is the first li tag, and the second one is the second li tag. If I want to update the first one, I have to click the first one, and if I want to update the second one, I have to click the second one. So depending on what I want to update, I will click that one. So right now I get two elements. One is mango, which is right now false, and one is apple, which is also false. And here I can see two elements are there. One is this, and this is the second element. So I can take any one of them and click it. So let's take the first element and click it. So what I will do, I will fire event again, fire.click event. And on what I want to pass on the first element, that is row element dot 0. So it is an array, and we are only updating the first element, that is the array of 0. And after this, the first element is clicked. First li tag is clicked. And since the first li tag is clicked, it will call the update function on the to-do listing. This update function is called, and update will update the to-do value. And we will see the to-do has having two values. One will be completed equal to true, one will be completed equal to false. So let's try to do the screen.debug here. Initially I'll pass null and infinity. Okay, let's check it. Okay, let me say one more time. Okay, now what's happening? You will see one is saying mango done because I clicked the first element, and second one is saying apple pending because we did not click the second element. And you will see in this console.log, mango is having the task completed and apple is the task incompleted. Let's try to see the percentage. Now you will see with the update statement, I was able to achieve all the 100% in all the cases. So that means header, footer, input, listing, to do all are 100% covered, and every part of our code is unit tested. Okay, so we don't need this debug statement now. So just copy this third test case and see if it is working. And I'll be back in 2 minutes. Okay, so I'm back. So we will go now. We completed this to-do part with all pages unit tested 100%. Now we'll go to the followers one. I will build the followers page today and we will unit test it tomorrow. So that's what the plan is. So you will see I have the followers page and the followers list page. So followers page is kind of the container. Followers page is kind of the container, and the list page is something where I show the followers, the list of followers. So the difference between the two is this one. So let's go to the followers page and see what we can do. So in the followers page, I call the header and I call this link, which will go back to the previous page. And here, after the header tag, I will also put the followers list. Okay, so followers list, I'll call this followers list from followers list and followers list. And I will call the followers list after the header tag. And this followers list will have the AJAX call to some user API where we will get a list of the followers for our display purpose. So let's go to the followers list page and try to call the AJAX call. Before that, we see this in the page. So this part is done. Unit tested also what we want. So this is working, everything fine. Let's go to the followers one. And here I see the followers header and I see the followers list and I see the back button. So now this followers list will be the users who will follow me. So I will call one API, dummy API. I will get the list of users and I will display it. That is the task. Okay, so let's do that. So I'll go to the followers list page. I will create one state variable where I will save all the information of the followers. Maybe I will say followers and set followers. This is the state variable. And it is empty here initially because we don't have any follower. I will call one function called as get followers equal to a function which will get the followers and display it. Or even I don't need this get follower. Let's call it directly API in the use effect. Let's put it in the use effect. So this is arrow function with dependencies. So in the use effect, I will call, maybe I'll call the Access. Let's see Access is installed here in the package or not. Yeah, it's installed. So here I will create one function called as process, which is a async function. And I'll call this process function. And in the async function, I will fetch the followers. So I will say constant response is equal to await access.get, and I will put one URL which will give me dummy data. So that URL is this one, https random user.me. Let's try to call HTTP because my local is HTTP. I want HTTP API, and I will say results equal to 5. Okay, let's take what response I'm getting. So we need to import the Access here since we are using it. Okay, let's take the response which we are getting with this line of statement. So in the console, okay, so there is some CORS policies. Let's try to make it HTTPS and see. Maybe HTTP is not allowing. Okay, HTTPS is allowing me. So the response is giving me the data, and data is giving me the results of the 5 users, which are my followers. Consider these results are my followers. So how to get this results? I will say response.data.results. That's what I am going to do it. So I will update this results in my followers. So here I will say set followers, and I will say response.data.results, and I will try to see what followers is coming in my page. Okay, let's check it. So these are the followers on my page. First one is the female with the name of this. Second one is male. So this will give me the random data, and I will display that random data here. So let's try to get the gender. Let's try to get the name in the first and name in the last. And I can also take the picture. Let's take one of the picture and see. So this is the first picture. Okay, so let's try to put this one on the page. So what I will do, I will here write the UL tag, and then I will start with the if followers dot length is greater than 0 and followers dot map. This is something we did a lot in our React projects. So there is nothing that no one knows how to loop through the array. And each one will be the record. And I will return li tag with this one. And what should I put in the li tag? Something is wrong. We have to fix this one. So what is the unique? We have the ID value. Let's see for the second one also we have the ID and the value. So let's make this ID as a unique key, ID value as a unique key. So for the li, I will say key equal to rec.id.value. And for the content which I want to see is, maybe I will put a div tag, and I will put here also another div tag. So here I will put the name. So name will come under name first and last. So here I'll say rec.name.first, rec.name.last. Okay, so this is the name I put. So you will see the name are coming here like this. First one is not coming correctly. Yeah, now it's coming. So these are the names of my followers. Let's put the image. Image comes under picture large. So let's put the picture large. Picture.large. Okay, it is the URL. I need to put it in the image tag. Image source equal to alt equal to. Okay, so this is my image. Okay, so the image and this is the name. This image and the name. Let's put it here in the same line. So for that I will make the style equal to display flex gap of 16 pixel. Okay, so let's start. Okay, so now I'm getting this name here. I'm getting the name here. Okay, so let's try to add more things now. Maybe I'll say gender. So next will be the gender. Okay, gender is this, it's coming male, male, female, female. Then we can add location, city and state. Okay, and country. So let's put city, state and country. Okay, so I'll say location dot city, location dot state, and location dot country. Okay, so we are getting this from this city, this state, and this country. Okay, so these are the different places from where I'm getting my followers. I'm refreshing, it is calling my server again and getting the new followers. Okay, so this is the followers page. I don't want to do any more changes here. So the main purpose of this exercise is to get the API call to call the server and get the data, and we will update here. So we can do one more change here. Rather than putting this function inside, we can put this function outside also, keep it separate, and the use effect will only call this process. Okay, so that is what we will do. Though we can put inside also, but keeping it separate is also one and the same thing. We don't have any problem with that one. Okay. Okay, so that's what I'm trying to see. This one, or let's put it inside now, and if we need, we can put outside. Let's put it now for inside. Okay, so this is my followers page, and this is displaying my followers list. And the main purpose, again, I'll tell you that we need to test the AJAX call. We need to write the unit test case for the AJAX call, and that is the reason I created this page, so that you should know how to write the unit test case for this AJAX call. And that's what we will do tomorrow. So I'll give you this page, followers list page, in the Telegram chat. You can run it and see if it is working. And then that's all for today. Any questions?